We have finally come to the end of March and our kidney stories, and I purposely saved this one for the last because this beautiful little soul I met at the kidney walk back in October. I'm gonna share with you right now how I met Emerson.
I gotta wait for better days.
This is like, wait, what did it say? I am what?
Can't be safe. If we make the time, it's gonna be alright. Had a clue, now I got a feeling. Just gotta hold on tight. Tonight, tonight. We're gonna be
What's your name?
No, yeah.
What's your name, babe?
Ashton.
Ashton. Oh, your sister is so lucky to have y'all. Katie. So Katie, tell us a little bit about Emerson.
So she was born August 4th, 2015. We found out at 2 months old that she has nephrotic syndrome. So pretty much the filters in her kidneys were not working. So she was losing everything good and bad. At 5 months old, they had to remove both her kidneys. And so she's been on dialysis since January 22nd, and we're trying to get her big enough so that she can get her kidney transplant. But she smiles through it all, so she keeps us all going.
She's the strength, right?
She really is.
Emerson's story.
Yeah, what else do you have to say? Tell me more.
Emerson was born on August 4th, 2015. What was supposed to be a routine checkup turned into an emergency C-section that felt like a roller coaster. During a routine blood test at 16 weeks, we knew there was a chance that something was wrong. What ended up being diagnosed, though, is one we never saw coming. She was sent home after a smooth 4-day stay in the NICU. The first 4 weeks at home were pure bliss. She latched and ate wonderfully. She slept great, and when she was awake, she never fussed. Transitioning from a family of 4 to 5 was so easy. Then the spit up started, which turned into projectile vomiting, which led to emergency surgery at 5 weeks to repair pyloric stenosis. Her surgeon made many comments about how it's not very often that a girl is diagnosed. It's typically the first-born male. She was special, he said. The first and not the last time we were going to be told that. Fast forward 2 weeks and she woke up with a 100.5 temperature. It was 2 a.m. and she was burning up. October 4th, 2015, she was 8 weeks old. I will never forget the doctor and never be able to thank her for going beyond what she had to. After they managed to get an IV for labs, cath for urine sample, did x-rays, a CT scan, and a spinal tap, she came back in the room, sat down and said, "We're going to admit Emerson so we can see what's going on. I have to be honest. I don't know what is wrong, but there is something extremely wrong with your daughter." First, they thought it was her heart. They thought GI. Then they settled in on her kidneys. The nephrologist came in to see us and we received her diagnosis: congenital nephrotic syndrome. The first thing she told me to do was to not Google it. Within an hour, I was in tears and just staring at this little helpless baby. The first thing I read was, most patients do not make it past the first year. We spent Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas Eve in the hospital. They so graciously let us take her home Christmas Eve, although it probably wasn't the best idea on our part. By December 30th, we were admitted once again. During this stay, she had stopped responding to the albumin infusions and swelled up more than she ever had before. They were able to remove the fluid from almost everywhere but her abdomen. She had a kidney biopsy performed, and a week later she had both kidneys removed, as well as hemodialysis catheter and peritoneal dialysis catheter placed. She began her dialysis journey January 22nd, 2016. We started to have trouble with her dialysis at night. None of us were sleeping, and she was becoming increasingly irritable and swollen. She had emergency surgery the eve before Easter Sunday to have her peritoneal catheter removed, her hemocatheter replaced, and her Brovaic line removed. She then began hemodialysis that night and began to improve. 5 days later, she spiked a fever. Her brand new hemodialysis cath was growing staph. March 31st would turn out to be the scariest day of her journey. During her hemodialysis treatment, the infection showered throughout her whole body, causing her to become extremely ill extremely fast. Everything was happening so fast, I couldn't even process what was going on. They decided to intubate her. They began to bag her, but her lungs were getting too hard. One doctor was yelling out her stats while they worked tirelessly to save her. She was crashing, and all we could do was watch from the hallway. The moment the doctor successfully intubated her and her stats began to rise, that's when I officially broke. She was okay, and she was still here. She spent her first major holiday fully at home, the 4th of July, and then it happened. Her first birthday. The day that we weren't sure she would reach. The day that so many with CNS have never reached. Our baby was 1, and she was still here. She is currently 2 kilos away from being eligible for her kidney transplant. We don't ever expect tomorrow and live each day one at a time. We found out from genetic test results that her mutation is one that they haven't found anywhere else. She truly is one of a kind. We will soon begin our search for a live kidney donor to give her the best possible chance. We can say that so far in 2017, we haven't spent a single overnight stay in the hospital. We've been home for over 100 days, our longest ever. This journey is the hardest thing we've experienced. Emerson brings so much joy to so many. It has shown our family compassion, patience, gratitude, and resilience. We cannot wait for the day Emerson receives her gift of life and will live each day in honor of her donor. So I have been following Emerson and her mom all over social media. I follow them on Instagram, on Snapchat. I absolutely love this precious little baby. I've met her once, but I need my daily dose of her. So I follow her on Snapchat, on Instagram, and all that good stuff. But don't go looking for her, but you can, and I encourage all of you to go to her Facebook page, and it is Emerson's Entourage, which I think is so adorably named. Please do me a favor, go to Facebook, do a search for that page, like it, follow it. Her mom, Katie, has t-shirt fundraisers every so often. I did purchase a t-shirt, and I was hoping that I would get one so that I could film this one in it. But be on the lookout for those t-shirts. They help Emerson's mom and family pay her extensive medical bills. So if there's any way you can extend some help to this beautiful family, that would very much be appreciated. Emerson, I absolutely love you and adore you, baby girl. You are in my prayers every single night. You are just a beautiful, beautiful baby, and you have blessed my life by knowing you. And so, Katie, thank you so, so much for sharing Emerson's story with us. Thank you guys so very much from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my kidney for staying with me this month of March, sharing our kidney stories, watching our kidney stories. This was lots of fun, guys. Go out, try to consider being a donor, talk about it with your friends, your family, and guys, I thank y'all. I can't thank you guys enough. Don't forget to reserve your seat at our table for 7, subscribe to my channel, share these videos so that these stories can get out. I thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you.